Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on MySQL tutorial series. In this video we're going to talk about the insert statement in MySQL. Right. So before we are talking about the insert, let's go and create that database, right? Because we in the last video we deleted the database. So I need to create a new one, and again its name will be learning YT. That is yeah, it's I will go and create a table, and this time this table will be again the users. Okay, I will give the first column as RID. uh, it should be primary key. Auto increment should be there, and this one will be name. Virtual 45 in the name section should be like 200, because we're not breaking the name in first name and last name part. So that's why I'm taking virtual 200. Yeah, that should be not null, and as it is a not null, so I need to provide a by default value. If in case someone provides a null value in the name column, then it will automatically convert it into a dash, right? So here we go, and this one will be email, and it will again, let's say 200. Yeah, fine. Yeah, and let's say the next one is password. Yeah, and yeah, it's a 45, quite good. And in the email it will also unique, right? Yeah, and password again, this one should be not null, and if someone provide let's say null value, it will be automatically converted to, let's say, in a, what I provide, yeah, in double dash, right? Or let's say dash. Okay, yeah, fine. Good. Now let's go and apply. Yes, yes. Okay, fine. So finally we have this user table, right? So now I will go here and close it, right? So now I will go here and select this particular icon for a SQL file, to create a new SQL file, and yeah, we can write our code here, right? So to select the database, what we need to use is, yeah, it's very easy. To select a database, we should write use, then the database name. So learning YT. Let's close it for the time, right? So now see very carefully. If I execute this particular line of code, what will happen to this one, right? Let's see. Okay, this is written in normal font. Let's look into this. Yeah, now this particular table is open, and the table is selected, and see the database in bold format. That means now this database is selected. Now to insert the data, the code is very simple. That is insert, sorry guys, insert into, then the table name, and our table name is users. And inside this, what we need to do is we need to write the column names, right? So if you don't remember how many columns are there, let's go here and see how many columns are there. First of all, RID, and see, RID is auto incremented. Okay, yeah, auto incremented, so it will be automatically incremented, right? So we don't have to write it when we are actually uh, inserting value inside it, right? So we will start with this name, right? And then we will provide the email as well, and then the field is your password. Okay, and if I close this one, okay, fine. And yeah, now what we need to do is I need to write values, right? Values, and then I need to provide the value I like to insert inside all of these columns, right? So let's say the first name is Sanka. Okay, Shanko, that is my name, right? Let's say my email, that is, let's say Shanko at the rate, let's say xyz.com. Okay, for the time being, yeah, let's consider that's not my email. And let's say my password is something zw hash hash something like this. Okay, and if I give a put a semicolon and select this, and if I execute this one, yeah, this code is happily executed. And if I go here and select and click this particular button, then here we go, we can see this is the data which is actually present in our table, right? So let's say I go back here, and uh, let's say I want to put this data once again, right? If I execute, let's see, it will give an error, right? So let me go and arrange it little bit. Yeah, so see here, if I go and want to insert this particular value once again, it will give me an error. And error is very simple, that is, what's happened here, because this email is unique. Let's delete this one. So this time this is the same value exactly like the previous one, but the email is changed, right? So if I execute this, let's see, this data is inside this particular table, right? Oh, I need to execute this once again. Okay, so okay, and one more thing, you have to notice that after that one, the RID is 3, because it actually kept the transaction record. And let's say I want to insert Rohit's data. Let's say Rohit emails is something, right, r@xyz.com. Password is, let's say, this one. And let's say we want to add one more user. What we need to do, we need to give a comma, and here we go, right? So now let's say Rohit, and let's say this time is Rajat. Okay, and something like this, Rajat is RAJ, let's say, and this time let's say it's gmail .com, and password is, let's say, something like this thing, right? Let me go and take another example like this, and let's say this time the user is someone who is Ron. Okay, and his email is, let's say, Ron. Okay, uh yeah, and let's say this one is password is something different, right? And yeah, okay, something like this. So if I go and select this one, so this is how you actually insert the multiple values, right, in one go, right? In a transaction you want to insert multiple value, then you can write the query like this, your command like this. Okay, so if you go and execute this, it is happily executed. If you go back to the your user table and execute this select statement, let's see, here we go, right? So there is another way of inserting data, like here you are actually using code, right? You are actually writing some of the SQL commands to insert your data, like, right? So what you can do, you can go here and you can you can insert data like this. Let's say this one is Rick. Okay, and let's say the his account is something like WRT at the rate, let's say jj.com, gg.com, whatever it is, like this. Okay, it's jj.com, right? So let's say password is something like this. Okay, and if you go and let's say you want to add another person, let's say it's what I say, it's Virat, right? Virat, and let's say it's vv at the rate let's say google.com. Okay, and yeah, password is something like this. Okay, and you want to insert these two values, what you do, you will write this over here and execute the apply. Here you go, there is the two insert command already generated for you. So actually in workbench what happens is whatever GUI things you are applying, it's actually creating or writing the SQL command for you, and it's showing you to verify the script. And here is a apply button, right? You can go and let's say you want to change someone name, you can change it. Let's say you want to change this password completely, right? So let's say this one you want to change, right? So let's say this is the password you want to write. So let's see, you will got this over here, right? Apply, yeah, it's successfully. See over here. So if you want to insert a data like this, if you are writing data like this, it's not the final one. Again, when you click the apply, okay, you will get a review code and in that section if you want to edit again, you can edit it, because finally it's always the SQL command or the SQL code behind every SQL transactions, right? Because whatever you are doing, ultimately it's SQL is getting executed, and whatever changes or whatever things you want is getting executed, right? So that's all for the video, guys. Thanks for watching.